Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and another little whip along. So I'm just gonna bring this down so you can see what I'm working on. And here it is. This is going to be one of my next tutorials. So it's a tad on the boring side to do. Got to keep my eye on it though, because I'm working with 2 strands for this one. And I want to make sure that I don't tangle them or they go in the right place. So how are you guys? Good, I hope. I was toying with the idea of doing a live, but then I want to get this done because as you can see, it's red. So it might give you a little inclination that it's a kind of a Valentine's thing. But it's not necessarily. It can be used any time. It's not just for Valentine's, but it will be Valentine's related. So... And I've been trying, well, this has been in my head. I was going to do a Christmassy one first, and then that kind of ended up not getting done. So, oops, I decided to do something different. Okay, so I just had to pop out. I just recently did a sleep apnea test. My hair is tickling me. And well, they gave me this contraption to do at home. I have to say it was awful last night. I had the worst night's sleep imaginable, and I'm sure I wouldn't have woke up nearly as much if I weren't wearing all that contraption, because there was a box that I had to have here, and that was taped around, and then I had one round the middle that was taped, and then I had a thing coming off it to go on my finger, like they you know, like they put on your finger when they examine you sometimes. And then I had a thing going up my nose, and it had this little thing coming off it, and it was measuring breath, obviously, so it was over your mouth. And this little tiny thing, every time I laid down, kept pressing on me. And I'm sure that it woke me up several times. And I couldn't get comfortable. So I was very glad to get it off this morning and take it back. But I said in my chat that I was having this, because I do, if you haven't found it, I do a vlog every day. It's called Have a Yarn with Tracy. And I mentioned in that I was going to be doing this test with this equipment. But when I went to see her and she told me about it and gave me the equipment, she told me it was going to take 45 weeks. 45 to get the results back. Seriously, that's not really very urgent, is it? Not even mildly kind of concerning in their eyes. But still, I'm glad that I'd never have to, well, actually, I say I'll never have to wear that again. If they haven't got enough data, they said I would get you to do it again. Really don't fancy that, no, not at all. So, absolutely terrible. Hated it. But it was only that, if it had just gone in the nose, like, you know when you get the oxygen masks or the oxygen kind of cord, and it has those little bits and it blows up oxygen up your nose. If it was just that, it wouldn't have been so bad. But it was the fact that it had this thing for your mouth, which made it absolutely awful. So yeah, not great at all. Didn't like that one little bit. But you know, I know I'll enjoy CPAP even less if it comes back in 45 weeks that I need that, of course. But I'm hoping that it's just kind of weight related, because I've lost £9 already. And if I keep going with that, then hopefully, you know, if it is weight related, I won't need it at all. Fingers, toes, and everything else crossed. I won't say what I normally say, but there we are. So yeah, what are you working on at the moment? Anything wonderful? This is me just meshing, having a bit of a mesh time. So yeah, what are you guys working on? Are you doing anything for Valentine's, or Are you starting any Easter or spring projects yet, or are you still on the winter? Because, I mean, it is horrible out, isn't it? I mean, wherever you're living, all I hear about are people under snow, or like me, constantly being rained on or just overcast and grey. But we're having these sunspots at the moment. The sun is throwing sunspots and magnetic storms and stuff like that. So if we had a clear sky, you never know, we might see the aurora. But clear sky, don't think so, not right now. So yeah, I've been working on other things. I've got ahead of myself with the granny squares, because I do a granny square every week, year of granny squares. When that comes to an end, because I'm on 42, well, I've done 42. It's not up. I think one goes up today, so then I've done next week's as well. So at the end of them, I'm not really sure what to do. I've enjoyed doing them, but there are only so many kinds of squares you can think up in your head and want to do. So maybe I'll just do, shall I just do, well, I'll have your input on this, right? I've done where I can carry on, maybe if I find a square, or maybe it can be a hexagon or a round or a diamond, anything, just like shape. I don't know what to call it. So maybe you can come up with like a little idea for me in that respect. If I did a year of granny squares, but what can I do? A year of crochet shapes or crochet motifs? What do you think? So that it includes squares if I think of any others that I want to do. But it broadens the horizon so that, you know, if there aren't any squares coming to mind, then I can maybe do shapes of some sort, or, you know, like I did the paw print, or I can do maybe a butterfly or something like that. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think would be a good one, or a good title at least, or what can I call the thing I'm doing? Would you call it motif, or just what? I think that's a good idea, because I've enjoyed doing the year of granny squares, and you know, it was really good for me when I first started doing it. It was a spur of the moment thing out of my head, but you know what it did? It pushed me to start making tutorials again, because I used to make tutorials all the time, and for quite some time, excuse me, but she knows, it's because I've been undoing some crochet, and one of them was Picasso, and it's quite hairy, and at the time it kind of flew up in my nose, and I remember thinking, that wasn't very wise, was it? Anyway, yeah, I actually went for quite a while without making any tutorials, and I just lost kind of direction and my crojo and everything else. But doing the year of granny squares really kind of galvanized me into getting back into doing tutorials, and I've done loads since. So it was really good for me to do. So I really want to have something like that is a series where, you know, I've got to get on and do it. So last year, not only was I doing the year of granny squares, I was doing a picnic blanket as a crochet along. So I had loads going on. That's what I mean. It really did have a good effect to actually have something like that. So I want to keep it going, keep the series sort of thing going, so that it, you know, keeps my hand in making tutorials at the same time. So yeah, it's been good. I enjoyed it. So got some new yarn coming, and it was, I messaged them. It was King Cole Firefly. It's really lovely. Can't wait for it to arrive. And so yesterday I messaged King Cole and I said, have you posted it? Well, sent it, shipped it. Is there any idea when I will get it? And she said you should get it today. Well, it didn't turn up yesterday, so I was hoping it would turn up today. And so far, Nothing. But obviously it is only 2:15. It's not even, it's 13 minutes past 2. So it still has time to arrive. But, you know, I'm impatient. Wanted it yesterday, not just yesterday. But it'll come, I suppose, when it comes. It's trouble with the post, isn't it? Or delivery companies. But hopefully it will come today. Needs my yarn. I'm excited to get this yarn. I've been trying to get it since before Christmas, when they first brought it out, and it was always out of stock. But because it comes in, you know, Picasso's always out of stock. It's a similar thing. As soon as it comes in, it's out. And they don't think, oh, I need to make lots more of this. I didn't realise it, but they were giving it to people who called in. So I would have got it sooner if I'd moaned. You know, why isn't it in stock? Why is it always out of stock on your website? It's like, oh, we've got some coming in and I can put some aside for you. It's like, yes, please. So where is it? Needs the precious. Okay, so are you watching any good box sets at the moment, or any good shows? Oh, I thought I heard a large vehicle coming. We've got an unmade road, and when a vehicle comes along, I can usually tell if it's a car, van. It's just, I don't know, it makes a funny rumble on the I can always, when I was out the back, out the garden, or doing something, I could always hear when Gary was home, just by the sound of my car. You know, I can hear it coming up the road. But I don't think that was a heavy enough vehicle, to be honest. Dull. Yeah, not fair. So this can be a tad boring, this, but it should be nice. It should be effective when it's done. It's definitely a big vehicle out there. Oh, you know, I've just realised something. I'm hungry. Low carb diets are really weird, because 1 minute you feel like you're hungry, and then you're just not, even if you haven't eaten anything. And then a little while later you think, oh, I'm hungry again. But it just goes away. It's not like the hunger you have when you're eating more carbs. You get kind of ravenous with that, and it won't go away, and it rumbles and rumbles. Whereas this just thinks, oh, peckish, hungry, but then I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 done. 8 rows. Got to do 25. So, a bit of a ways to go yet. Oop. Got in a tangle with my 2 yarns. Yeah, so we've been watching. What have you been watching? Much to Gary's annoyance, I've been making him sit through After the Flood, because the first season was good, but obviously at the beginning you're getting to know the characters. The second season that's just out is brilliant. So I'm kind of making him sit through season 1 of After the Flood. And he didn't like it much at first, but now I think he sort of does. And he hasn't seen Trigger Point, so we'll watch that next. We're also letting a few things mount up that are not there all at once, if you know what I mean. There's a spin-off of Game of Thrones. I think it's called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and it's sort of set before Game of Thrones, about the tourney and a hedge knight. I didn't know there were such things as hedge knights, and they are what they say on the tin armour. They sleep out under the hedges. A hedge knight is someone without land and titles, I guess. So that we watched the first one and then the second, but then they were kind of already there, but now there's none there, so we don't like waiting. It's bad enough waiting for Landman. So where's my drink? Cheers, guys. Quick slurp. Oh, that's lovely. It is strawberry and cream flavoured Pepsi. Zero. Absolutely lovely. I love that stuff. Makes me gurgle. I don't burp, but I kind of make gurgly noises. So if you hear those on camera, I do apologise. I can't really do anything about them. If you don't watch me regularly, but you saw me on my last one, I may have spoken about my nodule. So I've had the results of that. They're unofficial results because they only sit once a month on the nodule team, but apparently it shrunk and it's nothing. So yay, got that all sorted. But this rain is doing absolutely nothing for my road. It's a mess. When I had to go and take the sleep apnea apparatus back today, and on the way back, on the way out rather, there was a caravan being moved from one of the caravan sites around here, and they were just getting the vehicle ready to hitch it up to, because it was being dragged by a Land Rover, which really, it doesn't, you know, it's not big enough to pull a thing of that size. So it was waiting, and then so I managed to get past that because it was stationary really, and on the way back it was making its way at about 5 miles an hour down my road. So I thought, oh, I'll go the other way, and the other way is longer and has way more holes in the road and terrible, absolutely terrible. So I don't like going that way, and unfortunately the people who live there don't like going that way either. They'd much rather use our road, which does no favours to our road, but I, you know, can see why they don't like theirs. It's just nothing but holes, and big ones at that. Horrible. But we just got a new car, and it's higher off the ground, so whereas when I had the other car, if the road was too bad, I couldn't use it. This one is good, but the car that we had to sort of switch it out for was Gary's car. So if the road gets too bad, he'll have to go to work in this car, and then I won't be able to get out again because I'll have my old Astra, and that's very low to the ground because it's low profile, so I get stuck here, which I hate. Few years on the trot, the road has been done. The first time we kind of all clubbed together to get it done, but there's so many people that don't like putting their hands in their pocket really. But we shall see if that happens again. If it doesn't stop raining, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, unfortunately. The joys of living on a road that's made of mud and stones, big old rocks and rubbish, basically. Yeah, never mind. Nearly missed it there. This is a bit monotonous. I mean, when you're making something and it's got a lot of the same stitches, do you get bored, or do you like doing that? I don't mind if you're watching TV or something, then it's kind of, you need mindless projects for that, don't you? But yeah, it's coming along. I'm liking it. I'm gonna have to find the other yarn. I've got quite a bit of this, but I have to go search for it. I think it's out in the yarn van. I was just out there recently packing orders and stuff. I could have looked then if I'd thought about it, but I was going to do this with single, you know, just doing one strand. That's the word, one strand at a time. But it would have been really a lot smaller I didn't want it to be smaller, and I didn't have thicker red. In fact, I don't really, the only one I have that's thicker is the Cheney Cotton Cakes, and I can't manipulate the colours of that really. And the ones I've got left are mostly where I've got a lot of the same, are both colours of them are brownish. One's all the browns and one is pastel with beiges in it. So all the pretty colours are gone. I've got, well, maybe one cake of a few of them in my own stash, but I can't get them anymore. So unfortunately, James C. Brett don't affiliate to them anymore, don't bring them in. And I thought I'd missed a strand there. It's getting quite heavy. It's because it's cotton and there are 2 strands, I guess. So, babbling away in the corner here about everything and nothing. Where's my stitch? There it is. Here we go. How many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, near enough halfway. When I get to the middle of this row, I'm halfway. So, I am really thinking about making some summer kind of wearables. And even if they don't fit me yet, I'll be making them to get into. I'm also thinking of making something before that is a wintry garment and a few accessories with it. And then I thought of something else earlier that would be really cool. So lots of ideas buzzing around my bonds at the moment, and I need to write them down or I'm just going to forget them. Now I'm halfway because I'm halfway across this row. Whee! So not too much longer, I guess, to go. Well, I'll tell you what I really like at the moment, and I didn't when it first came out. You know, I drink biscuit tea. Well, they do a caramelised biscuit tea. And when I first got it, I don't like this really. But I absolutely love it now. I was just like, whoa, it's not going to replace biscuit tea for me. But I will have the odd one. And I'm also starting to have 1 coffee a day because it helps with digestion, shall we say. And that will help me. So when I get up in the morning, it'll be biscuit tea. But when I have my breakfast, I will have a coffee. I even bought some cream for it. And it was in the cutest little bottle, this cream. Like, to pour it out, it was solid. And I thought, surely it shouldn't be like this in a bottle. You know, if it's solid, it would be in a carton. It's just gone really mega thick. So I had to try and get it out with a spoon. Put it in my coffee. Let it melt. Weird. Oh. Don't like coffee much. I don't dislike it. It's just not my drink of choice. But there was a time, though, when I started to drink it and I went off tea because tea tasted bland. And I thought, I don't like that. No, I want to get back onto tea. So I purposely stopped drinking coffee so that my tea buds would come back. My tea taste buds, my tea buds. And they did, so thank goodness for that. But yeah, if you drink, I think it's a sort of such a overpowering taste, really, coffee, that's what your palate gets used to, and you don't want anything else, sort of thing. Like, don't want tea. So yeah, not going to drink too many coffees. Anyway, when I need to get some more, to be honest with you. Have instant coffee. That's the only one I'm going to drink, I think. Although I do have pod coffee, and I do have filter, but I'm not making a pot for me. Wow, monotonous crochet. Cheers. So I've still been following Free Eye Atlas, and all of that, and I've become a member of Ray's astrophotography channel because I just love him. He's just so sensible. It's unlike me. See, I'm also a member of Dobsonian Power because he's totally the opposite. He's away with the fairies like I've used to be. I'm far more sensible now. There's a knot in this yarn. So I need to make that knot a proper knot. Otherwise, that could come undone and that would be unsightly anyway. So let's do that. I'll have to sew that in. Okay, back to work. So yeah, I'm a member of both of those. Dobsonian Power, Tiago his name is, and is very zany, crazy. And Ray's astrophotography is extremely uber serious and lovely, and he does the most amazing things like this telescope. He really does show some lovely, and I like the way that he's sort of designing his garden to have one of those. I've only ever seen them be a swimming pool cover where you can have a thing on wheels and you slide it across and it's got a cover. He's doing the same thing for his telescope. So yeah, really, really into it. Space Cadet. But you know, it is good. It's good stuff. Very pretty stuff. I like all the spacey bits. And of course, Avi Loeb. Love Avi Loeb. He has his own channel now because there were so many AI Avi Loebs out there spreading misinformation and rubbish that would quote people thinking he was saying certain things that he wasn't because all the AI Avi Loebs were saying it. So basically, his channel is called Professor Avi Loeb, not Dr. Avi Loeb, which is another one which is fake. But you can usually tell the fake ones because there's a clock on the wall and the hands never move. Whereas, obviously, in reality, in his office at Harvard, the clock on the wall does move. But it's terrible, isn't it, AI and all this? As soon as you sort of get someone gets popular like that, they'll jump on the bandwagon and make all these pretend versions of them. It's just crazy. I often think, you know, was that because he was saying things that maybe governments didn't want to hear or didn't want people questioning? Was that government misinformation? Because I don't trust easy, you know. But we'll see. You know, time will tell on that thing going through our atmosphere. It's got, you know, if it is a comet, it's the most unusual comet ever. It's actually got methane coming out of it now. You know, methane and other chemical elements that were not there or shouldn't be there. Interesting stuff, really. Wow, it's really getting heavy. This chair, I don't know if it's going to happen now, but all of a sudden it'll start to move downwards very slowly. It just sort of sink. Sorry if they knock together. Not much I can do about it. Wow, this is a bit on the boring side. And it's only because, you know, when I get on to the next bit, it's going to be much, much more interesting. Big vehicle coming, guys. Is it a yarny big? Am I obsessed? I want that yarn. It's like, you know, a child waiting for Christmas to come. When mum and dad say, it's not long now. Only 2 more sleeps, only 1 more sleep. It's the same sort of thing, really. Except I shouldn't be having to have any more sleeps before it arrives. Should have come yesterday. So have you guys been getting any new yarns lately that are interesting? Or new companies with yarn? Especially in the UK. I'd like to know the new ones that are out there that might be of interest to my customers. I did look at the Signet. They brought out one that it just looks like the Stylecraft. Is it Stylecraft or King Cole Prism that I got? It just looks the same, and I don't want loads of yarns that are all the same or similar, you know. So yeah, and a lot of my sale yarns are going now. I did bundle up some for quite low prices, and I'm going to do some more. I will be doing some more. Just that I want the weather to get a little bit nicer before I venture out there for hours on end. So I had a heater on earlier. It wasn't too cold, but then I find it a mild day today. Although it's horrible and rainy and gloomy, I've not had the heating on, and I'm sitting here in a t-shirt, and I'm not cold. So I don't think it's quite cold. And when I was in the farm shop, the woman in there said, "Oh, it's really cold outside, isn't it?" And I thought, well, if you're out there, it's not great. But I didn't think it was cold inside. Maybe it's the direction of the wind, you know, perhaps the wind's not blowing to make this house feel cold. I don't know. But I'm about ready for spring now. I've had enough rain and gloominess. We want the sun. We want that, you know, sort of happy factor that it brings. Not the sad factor of the gloomy grey days. We want the happy sun. Are you guys going on holiday this year anywhere nice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Row 17. Got to keep my eye on it. Yeah, we were hoping to go to Cornwall this year to see Gary's son. But we do have a couple of trips booked. We've got one in April. Scandinavia. So Denmark and Sweden. It's on a boat. And then we've got a Christmas market one. That's it. No summer sun. No kind of summer holidays apart from whether we go to Cornwall. And then it's touch and go with the weather, really. Touch and go. Growing. It's growing. Not there yet. I should have done this ages ago. It takes me so long to get around to stuff. That annoys me about me. You know, I kind of have them in my head for ages, and my brain is just procrastinating and not. I could have done this months ago. But did I? No, I didn't. Here I am doing it now. It's just stupid. Stupid head. Stupid head. Maybe I'll do a Christmas in July one. Christmas in July? What are you talking about? So also, I am waiting for a magazine because I do those open with me's, and I had one of them write to me. I think it was Crochet Now, and they said, "We're really sorry, but our magazine is going to be late this month. It should be out this week, but we'll have it to you next." Well, it's not arrived, not yet, and we're on it Tuesday, I suppose. But yeah, it should be here because it's already a week overdue. Really. But as luck would have it, I had another magazine, and I like doing one a week. You know, if they all arrive at the same time, they did that at Christmas. They all arrived at the same time, and it was a bit annoying, really, because I don't like doing them all at once, but doing one a week is good. That went in the wrong place. So yeah, I used to crochet a lot faster than I do now. I think rather, it's like my driving. No, I am a bit of a speedy, but nowhere near like I used to be. But I think that's what it is. It's like as I've got older, I've got quite happy just to do it rather than to like rattle through it. I notice though, when I am trying to get things finished and I crochet in the evening and, you know, I get a bit of a speed up. I dropped one then. I still managed to get a little bit of it off. That's it. If I crochet too fast, I get myself hyped up and then I can't sleep because of it. I'm so manic. I'm crocheting like a crazy person. So yeah, it's best just to like leisurely do it now rather than jazz myself up no end. Not fun. And I just realised, you know, guys, I didn't get anything out for dinner today. Oh dear. That's fine for Gary because he can just have a jacket potato and other stuff, but it's not fine for me. Although I didn't eat yesterday's, all of it, so I have got a nice piece of steak in the fridge that I didn't eat. But I have to go and sort something out once I've done this. Yeah, definitely have to go and see what I can. Probably get chicken out and thaw it out quick. Maybe. See what we've got. There's not much that we can get out that will thaw out quick, and we already had the kind of lamb chops that are a little thinner but thaw out quick. Had them yesterday. I was going to look into doing Gary a dinner today, but you know, like making him something pastry or whatever, but that's not happened either. Wow, nearly there. Nearly there. How long have I been doing this? 37. 37. Not too bad. So yeah, let me know if you're watching anything good and if I have the ability to watch it. I've watched Pluribus. That was brilliant. I enjoyed that. That was completely a new concept of something that had not been touched on before, not done before. It's brilliant. I like it when they do that because so many times you watch something that's same sort of idea as another thing or whatever, you know, rip off. Or they remake stuff from the past because they can't think of new. That's another thing. When they did that with Independence Day, you can't beat the original one. So why try? You know, it's just not possible. Well, I am getting lower in the chair, I feel. Not quite so like mountaineering as I was before. It was a bit higher, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I thought I might have missed my chain there, but I didn't. Gets a bit, way they kind of wind the balls, I think, it just gets a bit stuck here and there. But it's fine. And there we are. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 more to do. And then that's all done. Yay. Well, oh, what is the time? Oh my God, it's nearly 3. So whatever I get out, it's going to be hard to thaw it, isn't it? Whoopsie. Very silly. Where's my yarn, guys? It's nearly 3. Just feel like it's not coming today. Where is it? I might have to message her. If it doesn't arrive today, I'm definitely going to message her, because that's 2 days later than she said I would get it. Definitely like a kid waiting for Christmas. Definitely. Oh my goodness, it's boring. It's just a boring stitch. You know, when I do my open with me's and I complain it's row after row after row of the same stitch, well, this one has to be, you know. I was toying with the idea of making a mesh top. I'm not sure I want to now. Now I've done this. Although, I quite fancy one. But maybe not. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, it's so heavy. Definitely too heavy to let drop like that. Pulls on me. So, football on this evening. Chelsea v Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. Of course, I'll be rooting for Arsenal. So, yeah. Let's hope. And be good if they could get through. So, if I give you, like, as well as sort of telling me about my, I asked you lots of questions, haven't I? Get you working. You know, like, what do I call my next series, whether it's a motif and all that one. And, you know, asking you about your TV shows and stuff like that. So what else was I going to ask you? If you could sort of say one thing you'd like me to do a tutorial on. Can't say I'm going to do them all. But just, I mean, sometimes people ask me to do a tutorial on something that's, you look at it and you think, that's pretty much undoable. But, you know, if you could just maybe give me some ideas as to what maybe you guys would like to see. And if I can, just might give me some ideas of things to bring to you. You know, not saying that I'll do them all or any, just ideas. Ideas, please. Ideas. Oops. Split those two. It's like working with yarn that splits easy, but it's because there's 2 strands. It doesn't really split. Well, cotton splits, although this isn't too bad, this one. I have to say, one of the better ones. I don't remember the brand. Yarn Band is somewhere. Not sure where. So, I'll keep my eyes on this. Because, where's the other 2? Where's the other 2? There. Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 3 more rows. And this side is done. Yay. That didn't look right. It isn't. Well, I've only got 1 strand. I should have 2 strands. Didn't look right at all. Well, it wasn't, was it? Don't quite know how that happened. But it's right now. I know it feels like it's big enough. I don't want it to be... Although, I've already filmed that part of the tutorial and I've said to do 25. So we will do 25. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day. Did I say I had 3 rows to do? Oh, part of the questionnaire that they gave me was, do you have memory problems? And there were stupid things they ask, really, when they do it. And it says, how many times a week do you have memory problems? It's like, how the hell do I know? Not that many, I'm sure. Is it once or twice a week, once or twice a fortnight, every few months? I don't know, do I? I'd say occasionally, you know, so far. But all of these questions they ask, and then, you know, about your snoring, and how many times a week do you snore? I don't know. Crazy questions, really. But I suppose it's better than being in a sleep clinic, isn't it? And then trying to get to sleep wired up in their environment. That would just be no way. They must have abandoned those things in this country because A, they must cost too much to run, and B, I just think people wouldn't sleep. Well, unless you're one of those people that fall asleep anywhere, anytime, but, you know, strange bed, hard bed, I'm not sleeping, unfortunately. Not that easy for me. Nearly done. Thank the Lord. Okie dokie. Oh, and I asked you what you were working on as well, didn't I? See, lots and lots of things to think about today. Getting dark in there now. Because the sun that is not there, behind the clouds rather, is going. So it's sort of showing like more and more dinginess as the day wears on. And puddles everywhere. Oof. Just horrible. I hope it doesn't go on too long. I wonder if we're going to get a good summer or just get a wet one that's non-existent. We never get too many good ones, one after the other. I've got a feeling I've got one more row left after this, but I will count it again just to make sure. Because when I'm talking, I lose track. Just a bit. Nearly at the end. I know it's getting darker because it's getting harder to see it. Could put more light on, but I'm nearly there. So, no point really. I found both my neck lights though. They were behind my computer. So I managed to get them out. Here we go. Last count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last row then. Woo! Woo! No, it's alright. It's not too bad. Could do just 24 though. But I'm not going back and filming it for the sake of a row. It'll be alright. It'll be fine. At the time I was thinking, should I just do 24? No, do the 25. It's only 5 more than it is wide, after all. It just looks a lot more. Even though it really isn't. So yeah, soon be Valentine's Day. Are you going to be doing anything for Valentine's? Do you ever? Gary wanted to. He kept saying he wanted to go out for Valentine's Day, but I'm doing this diet, and low carb diets are unforgiving if you cheat. And my birthday is 2 days after Valentine's Day, and Gary's working. So he likes to do something for Valentine's Day because it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. So, and I know Michael sort of wanted to bum along. So anyway, I said to him the other day, there is only, the places that we were toying with going will kill my diet, stone dead. So I said the only place that I'm willing to go for a meal is good old Nando's, because it's chicken. I can have chicken, halloumi cheese, I can have avocado, and they can have all of the rice, the chips, everything else. Although it's, you know, not, I mean, if he had chicken with rice, it wouldn't be so bad for his Slimming World. But that's the only place that I'd really want to go, because I know I can make that fit in with the diet. It's not going to ruin it for me. Because once you start, or once I start playing up with the diet, it never works again. It's very rarely I can get it to kind of work again. So I don't want to do that. I want to carry on and, you know, be good. Be good pudding. There we are. Scissors. These, do you know, I've got all these fancy scissors, and you've seen them mostly in my shop, I bet. All those fancy scissors that I've got, and can I find any of them? No. I can only find this pair, which Rose sent me as Happy Mail when she sent me a box of goodies. But I'm glad I haven't lost those. But there we go. So now I've ended off. My back is done. And it's not too big, is it? It's not too, no, not too out of proportion. It's perfect. So there we go. Thank you for keeping me company, because that was boring and monotonous crochet, you know. And it's good to have people to talk to when you do it. So let's go up a bit. Hey, there you are. So thank you very much. Hopefully it won't take long to get the whole thing done, and because I won't put this WIP Along out too long before the tutorial comes out. You know, I don't want to tempt fate. I've had things copied, you know, and by people you would not believe that copy. And even once I've done things, I've like looked and thought, oh, you're doing one of them as well, are you now? So yeah, it happens. It happens though. But I don't mean things like that everybody does. The things that are different, and you know that they're a one-off kind of thing, that you researched it and it's not on there. And suddenly there's a few now of those things. So yeah, I know it happens, so I won't tempt it. And I definitely need to find more of this yarn though, because I might get the front done out of this ball, these balls rather. But I don't think I'll get the sides, bottom and straps. Obviously it's a bag. So yeah. I'm going to line it as well, because I feel if I line it, then it will really make the... Okay. I've been doing some designer inspired things. I did an Andy Warhol inspired bag, which was all skulls of different colours, like different colour skull bag. Well, it was the backgrounds were the different colour. The skulls were all white. And I did what was the other one? Mary Quant inspired flower, like her symbol kind of thing. And then I made a crochet hook case, and I broke the zip, so I might do another one. Or I actually have this one. These were the skulls in question, these, and I had some left over, so I made a pouch. So I'll start using this one instead. I actually put, when I go out and I take my filming equipment in, I put my phone in there because it keeps it nice. And so yeah, but I might start using that one instead. Although at the moment I'm using this one that Victoria made for me, because that's my son Paul's other half, and she's got a Cricut. So I had these blanks in my shop, and she put this on for me. So I've been using that one. I've got a couple of them. The other one's around somewhere. So yeah, well, I thought I would do a Prada inspired bag, but instead of doing the Prada triangle, I'd do a heart for Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm doing. And I won't show you. I was going to show you something I also worked on, but I won't. I'll just finish it and get it on, because it's tempting fate again. You never know. You never know, do you? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, keeping me company while I did the back, which is the most boring bit. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.